You came into the world in chaos, as most of us do, pushed from warmth and darkness into the glaring light, wet, wailing, and thoroughly unimpressed. Your mom, unbothered and seasoned, gave you a quick lick and moved on to your 4 equally outraged siblings. 5 cubs total. 5 squeaky bundles of chaos ready to turn the jungle upside down. Those first weeks were blissfully simple. Eat, sleep, and squirm around in a pile of fur. Occasionally, your mom growled, a low, rumbling warning that sent even the boldest snake slithering away. You admired her growl, so you tried one yourself. What came out was less fearsome predator and more dying squirrel. Your brother snorted. Nice. Maybe next time aim for not embarrassing. When you started exploring, the jungle was overwhelming. The grass seemed impossibly tall. The river was loud, and crickets were your mortal enemies. You spotted one, crouched like your mom had shown you, and pounced. You landed face first in the dirt while the cricket hopped away. Your siblings were hysterical. Did you trip over your own paws? Or was that part of the plan? One of them cackled. You kept practicing, though the results were mixed. By the time you hit your teenage phase, you were lanky, clumsy, and constantly hungry. Your paws felt too big for your body, and your voice cracked every time you tried to roar. Your dad finally took you hunting, and he was everything you wanted to be. Massive, scarred, and impossibly cool. This scar, he said, pointing to his face, bare fight. It was dumb enough to challenge me. You were in awe. Did you win? You asked. He grinned. Kid, I'm here, aren't I? Adulthood hit fast. Suddenly, animals froze when they saw you. Your golden fur gleamed. Your stripes were bold, and even the jungle's annoying parrot gave you a wide berth. Mostly. Hey, look who finally grew into those paws, it squawked one morning. You ignored it, though part of you wanted to swat it into next week. Life became a mix of successful hunts, close calls, and moments of sheer stupidity. Like the time you nearly became a crocodile's lunch while drinking from the river. You managed to escape, soaked and rattled. Don't you know the rules? You muttered to the croc. Go for the slow ones. It didn't laugh, but you did. Someone had to. Years passed, and the jungle felt quieter. Or maybe you just stopped rushing around. One day, while lounging under a tree, an old tortoise shuffled by. What's the point of all this? You asked. The tortoise paused, chewing a leaf slowly. Life? Simple. You're born, you eat, you try not to get eaten, then you die. Everything else is bonus. You blinked. That's bleak. It shrugged. Bleak works. At the river, you stared at your reflection. Your stripes weren't as sharp. Your golden fur had dulled, and there were a few new scars. You thought about the cub you used to be. Awkward, eager, and constantly falling over himself. Not bad for a kid who couldn't catch a cricket, you muttered, smirking at the memory. In your final days, you returned to your favorite tree. The shade was cool, the ground soft. A curious cub stumbled over, wide-eyed and full of questions. What happens when we're gone? They asked. You chuckled. The jungle keeps going, you said, and so do we, in a way. Now go. There's a parrot you'll want to meet. And with that, your story ended. Not with a roar, but with a soft sigh under the tree's shade. Somewhere in the jungle, a cricket hopped, a parrot squawked, and another cub prepared to leap into its own messy, beautiful chaos.